So very often we get confused with all these different words and how they all come together. And what I've done here is I've connected them in a way how I believe it all comes together. And I thought this might be helpful for you to just get your head around so that we're all on the same page when we come together on the 22nd of November to work together on an aligned strategic objectives for the UK business, and also start looking at the roadmap for the purposes of communicating this with the business. So the purpose is the why, your reason for being as an organisation, usually an emotional connection that people could relate to and want to come to you, choose you as an organisation over someone else. The values closely linked with the purpose in terms of how you do things as an organisation. So this is your personality. This is what the outside world feels when they connect with you as an organisation. And also this is what you feel internally with your people. And very often the values and the behaviours are closely connected to then create this feeling or this culture. The mission is what you do. So what are you here to do? This is very often a client-focused statement. The vision is more for internal purposes, really, to engage your people on a journey. So where are you heading as a business, and what does your ambitious future look like? So this is the top of the mountain analogy that I very often use. When you're there, project yourself to the future and look around. What are we looking forward to achieving for this business? The strategic objectives is the goals, so your company goals that you need to achieve in order to achieve that vision or to get to where you're heading. And these goals could be financial, it could be people-oriented, it could be client-focused, it could be about the environment, quality, etc., etc. So it's usually different buckets of focus that you then break down further into milestones, which create your strategic roadmap. So if you have clear strategic objectives that you can communicate to your whole organisation, not just the leadership team, but everyone in a fun and engaging way, plus you then have a strategic roadmap that you can use in regular communication to your people to show them where you're at versus where you started off and what's coming next. That's usually a sure way of everyone heading in the same direction and knowing what's going on. In my experience, very often the purpose, the values and the mission is quite constant, so it's not something that changes all the time, whereas the vision, the strategic objectives and the roadmap is something that an organisation would regularly review. Sometimes it needs a bit of refreshing depending on what's going on in the outside world, and keeping it fresh and communication is obviously key. So hopefully that's helpful, and I look forward for us to pick up from here on the 22nd when we meet.